In this video we're going to do the texturing for the GoPro, which we created in the previous video. It's going to be quite simple, so let's get started straight away. Okay, so what I like to do is to turn this into cycles, GPU. I'm going through this quite fast because I noticed that the texturing tutorials don't get watched as often as the modeling tutorials, which means that we should just speed through it a little bit faster. Sunset, JHB Central, apply the HDRI. I like working in this fashion. I'm going to start with this one, bring this up and give it a material. First of all, noise texture, Control T, object in the transform. Color ramp, right over there. We're also going to Control Shift D this and add in an extra color ramp. Plug both of these in. And I'm going to add in a Voronoi texture, Control T, object in the vector. And a bump map right over here. Bump distance in height. First of all, the noise texture. This is what it looks like. So we're going to increase the detail, increase the roughness. We don't want it to be that much. Let's set it to 1. We're now going to make sure that the colors are a bit closer to each other. So this should be some sort of gray. Not too far apart from each other. So let's just bring it right over there. And let's have a look at our principle. Looks pretty good already. As you can see, it has a bluish type of tint while this is completely white. This is due to the HDRI that we're using. We can also try Studio Small, for example, and then immediately you will see that it's going to be slightly different. Same for all of these HDRIs. So don't pay too much attention to it. Just make sure that's good enough. Hue, saturation, value, let's bring that up. We can make it a little bit lighter if we want. Lighter and brighter. Let's bring it right over there. Let's take the color ramp, plug it into the roughness, and that immediately is going to change the entire outlook of this material. I'm going to do a very similar thing, detail up, roughness up, and I basically don't want it to be reflective. So we're going to bring the black color up again to something very close to white. And the white one can go down just a little bit more, closer to the black, because it is somewhat showing this shine. And now we're going to add the rest. So let's have a look here. We're going to add a Voronoi and bump into the normal. Increase the distance and then you immediately will be able to see what it does. I'm going to increase the scale of this, and as you can see we already get this standard pattern that you often see on these type of materials. We'll increase the scale, something like that, and now we have to play around with this until we can see the correct lighting emerge. So let's bring the bump back, and I think something like this is pretty normal for the lighting. We can also bring it back some more. Something like this. This material is basically finished. Obviously we can play around with the hue, saturation and value. So if you want it to be darker, we can definitely do that as well. Maybe somewhere over here is a bit more true to the reference. And I'm going to select this, basically everything. Just select everything that we got here. Plus, 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 and we've got something over there and this one. Let's go to the other side. Let's select this one last. And copy material to select it. Very cool. First things first, let's select this material right here. Select this, let's add a new one. Assign E, which is an emission, red. And now we have a red emission as well, right over there. I think there's some type of glass going over this. We'll do that later. And we need to select our materials here. So first of all, we have this one as a vertex group. And this is going to be the screen. So let's give it a new material, assign it. And I'll just call it a day for now. I will go around this, and I think it's just a darker type of black, so that's completely fine. We're basically just going to select all of that in whatever fashion works out. Let's add a new material. It's going to be a metallic. Bring the roughness back, make it black, something like this. So that is going to shine. It's going to have this bezel-like effect where we do see some reflection in there. I think that's pretty normal for this type of stuff. Now let's select this entire outer region. Shift E, that will make sure that everything is a bit more clean. Now what I will do is I will go into Google or Gemini, whatever, ChatGPT, whatever you want to use. I use the prompt, give me a 2D image of the GoPro text with the 4 blue blocks beneath it as a white on black flat texture. I got the GoPro texture, ChatGPT did the trick. For some reason it didn't work out in Gemini. In any case, we're now going to place it right over here. So let's press U, Q projection. I'm now going to duplicate the principled, make it white. Select both of these, Control 0, Control T, move it to the side and open the image. Cool. Let's make sure that it's placed on the correct spot here. I think something like this. Scale it. Let's go to the shader editor. Let's set this to extend. And let's make it blue. Alt S. Play around with this a little bit until you get to the desired result. Could also be an emission, by the way. So let's just take this and use an emission. Cool. So now we got that blue color on there. I think it should be a bit more saturated. Something like this. Pretty close. Now let's add a little screen here. You can add whatever type of screen you like. You can just take an image of something you think is cool. I'm going to press Ctrl T, open, select it, go to the vertex groups, select U, Q projection, Set the image to clip, UV editor. Just place it right over there. Make sure to select the right image. So I'm going to do something like this. Just scale it. And there you go. So that's from a previous render I made. You can check that tutorial out if you like. It's a pretty good tutorial. We have some pretty nice materials here as well. So follow that if you want to learn how to create something cool like this. And now let's go right over here. I'm going to select this part, and I think it's a little bit darker than the rest. Might even be a little bit more shiny. I think that is the case for anything that we see here. So let's select all of this. There you go. It's quite annoying to select. So let's use the vertex group that we already created for it and select the rest. I think something like this should be fine. Let's go to the materials, plus material 003. Let's copy it. Let's assign it. Let's make it darker. Something like that. Can also be a bit more reflective. So let's take the hue, saturation and value, bring it right in there and play around with this until we get to the level of reflection we like. It might be a certain type of plastic, and if that is the case, then I can do it differently. I can simply go to the code, increase the weight. That will give us one of those plastic shines, and just increase the roughness until it looks pretty good. Something like this. You can also play around with the IOR. Just make sure it looks good, okay? And there you go. Pretty cool black little part right there. You can dial back the value if you like. I'm going to give it some names. Material, it is going to be called plastic camera material. And this one is going to be called plastic darker. Starting to look pretty good. We got this material, and I'm going to select this one last. Copy material to selected. And this one will now also have the bezel. And let's give this part the bevel it requires, or the bezel is required. So Control plus, and then remove this. Control plus, remove these. And let's give that the bezel material. It's odd. I think it might be due to this Alt H, to this part right here. So actually I'm just going to delete that. And then we need to select this line and this line, Shift E. It seems like we went a bit overboard. So let's assign the natural normal black plastic to this again, Shift E. That will make it harsher, make everything a bit more normal looking. Except for some minor details. The rest pretty much is the same stuff, like this. Very good. Let's give it a material immediately. Glass, like this. Roughness all the way down. Shaded smooth. I like adding refraction type things in the glass already. Some people do, some people don't. As you can see, there's some type of purple in here. Obviously that's not normally the case. I'm going to add a noise texture, Control T, add a color ramp, set this to just V, near to far. This can be red, color into the vector, smaller, and let's now play around with this. We can use the X to move it around, something like so. Let's add a new glass, Control 0, let's mix those two together. So this is normal glass, and now we have glass with a slight tint. Bring it up until you're happy. Somewhere over here, that could be the case. And you can also play around with these until you get to the desired result, whatever that may be. So I'm going for that purplish blue tone. I like it. It looks very much like a lens, don't you think? I think that's great. In any case, we also have this one. So let's go right over here. Let's duplicate this material. Let's change it a little bit. Play around with the scale. And you can barely see something, but that's just the way I like it. Very good. Very nice looking lens. Looks pretty real. So let's go back into this object. Let's select this part, press F, plus assign. Let's remove this. Let's add a glass BSDF into the surface. I think that might be a little bit too much. I'm not sure if it is this reflective. So we can bring the IOR down until we get to a point where you're like, yeah, that's it. We can also add a transparent BSDF, Control 0. This is completely transparent. So now let's bring back some glass, just a little bit. So now we still get the glass type of effect, but it's not as crazy as what we had before, right? So it's just going to do something nice looking. There you go. We could make this more purple. I feel like we can make it more purple. We can always add a hue, saturation, and value in between. Just shift the hues, make it go a bit more purple, like this. Looks pretty cool. I like it. Now I have a feeling like we are not really seeing this this little oval shape. So I'm going to select this. Plus, assign, select all the surrounding edges for it, like this, Shift E, should make it better. Then let's make it black, quite solidly, the metallic. Just play around with it like this, and that should make it a bit more like the reference, which is also pretty dark. Very good, very good. So we already have a pretty cool looking model here. We have this area right here. Let's give it a new material, metallic, roughness down, make it slightly more gray, and there you go. Looks like one of those hinges, right? Let's go to the other area on the back, and let's select the entire part of this. Let's give it a new material and assign it. We should probably select the entire loop around it, like this, Shift E. That's fine. Let's give the white material a dark glass material, so glass BSDF right on there, and make it dark, pretty dark like this. Now you can see through it a little bit. If you want to fix that, there are ways to do it. Shift D, Y, let's bring it inside. You can even scale it up just a little bit as long as it doesn't protrude. New material, make it black, metallic, rough all the way up. And there you go. So now we should have our glass material without things shining through it. And that is going to be the screen. Then we have a little on button on here, I believe. So let's select this. Let's make this a new material. Let's bring in a bump map. Let's see, it is an on button, right? Oh, it also says mode. Let's throw it into ChatGPT. So I got it from ChatGPT now, downloaded it. And I'm also going to download the blue text on the side. So right over here, Q project, we already added a new bump map. Control T, let's bring it down in the height, open the normal map. Let's increase the strength. Let's go to the UV editor, R90, S and Y, S and X, and let's just make sure it looks like looks a little bit like this. I think it's pretty big, something like so. Awesome, there you go. I think that looks pretty nice, pretty subtle, but also pretty good. Right here we have a choice. We can either place it on there. So let me see, what does it look like? It could be a normal map, it could also be projected on it. I'm going to place an image right here. Let's add an image, mesh plane. We've got 13 black right over there, G and X. And I'm going to place the image into the alpha. I guess it already does, I'm not sure why it's not working. Color into the alpha. We don't need the base color, we can make it that blue tone, whatever it was. Something like this. We can give it some geometry, like this, and use a shrink wrap modifier in order to place it on this screen. So subdivide it some more. For some reason it is having trouble. Let's use the offset just a little bit until it's fitting on this part. So that's the way we can do it. We can G and Y this, place it wherever you like. Increase the size if you need. And how big is that? It seems pretty big. So let's remove whatever we don't need. This part, for example, this area and this area. Let's delete those faces, and now we can scale it up more effectively. G and Z, scale it. I think it's something like this. Seems pretty much the same, honestly, but it also looks a little bit more metallic or something. I can't be absolutely certain. There's one thing I am certain of, and that is that this part here is slightly darker. So let's go over here. Let's give this a new material and make this a little bit darker than the rest. Just a little bit, like so. Yeah, play around with that until you get what you need. I'm reckoning that this one is the same as this one, so I'm just going to give it the same material, copy material to select it. On the bottom here, this part, I'm going to duplicate it as well. Select everything that is a part of that. Select this one last, copy material to select it. And I think we can increase the metallic here. And we can also improve the value so that it looks like the other one, but it's just a slightly different material. And this one is lacking, so select it as well. Yeah, a bit more metallic, slightly different than the rest. You can just barely notice the difference, but it's there, definitely there. You can also add a hue, saturation and value and bring this down if you want it to be more reflective or less reflective, whatever you want. And that concludes our wonderful looking GoPro. So right now we have a very beautiful GoPro texture. Everything is on there. We have the glass materials, the bezels, the logos, the normal maps, whatever it is that you need. And I hope I went through this quite quickly and interestingly enough. So that's it for this entire model. I hope you had a very fun time. And if you want to learn about product animation and get to the next level, I would highly recommend checking the link in the description for the Udemy course. And if you want to become an undeniable force in the 3D space, I highly recommend watching this video next.